right, y'all. Welcome in. This is another episode of Things, the sports talk edition of the Bold and Blunt.
If you're noticing a new addition to the set,
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this man go ahead and take over. He had the weekend.
it's because it's the reigning defending Bold and Blunt world champion over here. Just holding it down. Don't get tired of seeing this belt because it goes with me to pee, it goes with me to eat, it goes with me to work. So I'd like to thank everybody I had a chance of beating on the road. Fuck the people who beat me. And yeah, man, it was a great year. It was a great year. If I had to thank any one specific player, Christian McCaffrey, man, I love you.
But yes, he did win. We had the fantasy football championship list last weekend. He was taking on JJ the Jet Plains, Kevin. And Kevin had a shit week.
Unfortunately, Kevin
ended up dropping 163. He ended up dropping 99.
Yeah.
In a championship week, that's rough.
I would have thought somebody had not all of my players play it at 11.
You had Devontae go off for 37.5. He had Dallas Goedert go off for.
That shows
those are high scores.
That puts the game into perspective.
Double it, and it was almost triple it, and that would be Devontae.
And that
Adams.
was his tight end. That was the highest score for him. Unfortunately,
yeah, tight end. That's pretty impressive.
Outscored his running backs, his quarterbacks.
Was your tight end? Where you only got 1.5 out of Kyle Pitts.
So technically,
he got one pass for 5 yards.
Technically, I did sit somebody.
Yeah, pretty much. He did too. Jahan Dotson with 0.
Oof.
Then yeah, you missed out on Juwan Johnson 23, Najee with the 24.2. The only thing he missed out on is 6 points because Tua was on the bench.
Yep.
Really rough. I'm so mad to JJ. Not even Jay Lawrence. Me and you. All you had to do was start T. Higgins.
Come on, man. And change rules the Bengals defense too, right?
Because if you look in this matchup, last week I couldn't drop 120, right? I was so depressed. Nobody wanted to do nothing. Nobody could do nothing. This week I dropped 195 fucking points.
Good God.
His name 144. So I mean, she actually did good. She would have.
He had it would have been a game against me.
It would have. I would have blown you the fuck out. Her top scorer, Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I think, was a great pickup for her.
Yeah, surprising because I don't have
him and Justin.
I don't have the trade for
Herbert.
Who did I trade for? Who did I get? T. Higgins. I don't even have T. Higgins anymore.
You traded him right away. Low was Michael Pittman with 9.6, which ain't bad for a low. My low is Travis Kelce with 4.6.
Who would have saw that coming, man?
Everybody. I got to get rid of Travis Kelce, man. That's a garbage fire. Just needs to be pushed down the hill. I did have Lamar on the bench. He went off for 46.3. If he goes to Miami or plays Miami, he likes to beat Miami.
I think that was a statement game for him, unfortunately.
I think so, too. I think he secured the MVP with that game.
Put his nuts. I
think he's got the bag on.
Yeah, I would say so. I know that San Francisco did pretty good, but God. You got there score, what, 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
5 touchdowns. You're responsible for
another 5. It was Jackson 5 once again, and I love when it happened. So, last time, I think, was against Miami.
God.
Like, he loves playing Miami. He really does.
She put in Zeke over Justice Hill.
Oh, Justice Hill did go.
That was a last-second decision by her part. She straight up last second said, I trust Zeke.
He's been doing well. But yeah, so that's the year. He already had his acceptance speech. You're gonna see that good old thing. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give him a good view of that?
Wow!
That's the real deal, folks.
Steven brought it over. Steven brought it over in gloves, and the first thing I wanted him to do was WWE hit me in the head, and it hurts. I mean, shouts out to the.
It's like 6 pounds. There is real.
It's too heavy for too heavy for May to hold up. That's for sure. She needs help every time. She wants to touch it though.
We are gonna get another one. We haven't really talked about basketball. We're gonna start transitioning into basketball talk because football is over. We're gonna get a snakeskin one though for the basketball champion. Got a lot of shit going in here. We're currently week 11 out of 22 of the regular season, so we're halfway through. It's close. I think people are really getting into the basketball shit. I think this is going to be another yearly one.
I'm 11-0. I'm just sitting at 11-0.
So week 11. We're just going to go through the standings. We'll kind of do breakdowns like we did football. Fucking starting next week. We don't got time right. Sorry. I love you people. We're on restraints. So number 1, we got Cobra Kyrie coming in 9-1.
Shouts out to Stevie.
Number 2, we got Living La Vida Luca coming in at 7-3. Number 3, you got Served 7-3. Number 4, emotional states. I have to run 2 because we dropped Manny. Manny didn't want to play basketball, so I'll run 2 teams. If y'all didn't know, I'm the other guy too. Damn straight. Hey, I like drama. Dan hasn't named his team, so he's 5-5. You got to name your team.
Come on,
get the name down. Come on, Dan. You got Wemby. Just name him Gumby. I don't know. We have Go Hard in the Paint sitting at 5-5. Number 7, you also don't have a fucking name, so name your team, B. You're at 4-6. Maybe you just do It Hurts again.
It hurts.
Turn it around again. Number 8, I don't blame you though. You were football, and it shows why, you know. Number 8, Hoops, I did it again, sitting at 3-7. 9, Don't Murray Be Happy, 2-8. And Key, who also has not named her team, is sitting at 2-8. So I'm gonna have both bye week. Fantasy time's done.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's a hell of a semi done because it's still ongoing, but like,
yeah, we'll have to do a little bit more wrap up for
I'm just
next.
gonna let you know, yeah. I'm gonna have the other belt. One point in my life, I promise you right now, at one point in my life, I will walk around with both belts on both shoulders.
You're not gonna be Conor McGregor.
I'm going to be Daniel Cormier.
No. Just give Conor McGregor his respect. He was the first one to do it. No,
he is.
Are we gonna do a different logo design for that one, or we do
just do the same one?
I don't know. We might have to workshop that one. Maybe throw it out there, see what they want to do. Yeah, that one's black.
It's like black and gray.
Yeah.
If we do the smoke cloud B&B,
so that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Was the smoke cloud B&B?
And then just do like white banners.
Yeah, instead of green. Yeah, because the green plays on it. But my sisters, God bless their soul, hating on this shit until they came over. I was like, "What the fuck what the fuck is that?"
I think everybody was.
2 minutes in was taking pictures
until you actually see it in person. Because I'm telling you, like this, it really doesn't do justification unless you really see this thing with your hands. Because like my mom was the same way when the box came in. Because I had it shipped to their house. Because I was like, I'm gonna be in the Springs.
Yeah.
I was at work and she goes, "Hey, can I open this box that says Trophy Smack on it? Can I open this?" Yeah. And she opens it. She goes, "Holy fuck, this is awesome!" And I got home. First thing I did was rip that thing open, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is like 20 times better than what I was even expecting. Like this shit is lit. Like I really want to fight people for this shit." Yeah, that's exactly. I thought it was gonna be like cheap plastic made or like something like that, but like that's real fucking metal.
Solid plate.
Like, that thing is real.
Beautiful design.
I like the leather. It smells like leather. Like,
I know it's not an alligator, obviously,
but it looks like it.
But it's fun to play with. I tell Meme to leave her print on, and I want to turn it back if I have to next year and be like, "Yeah, sorry, my daughter wore it a lot. She's got a bite mark here or something like that." I wanted to be like Sean Strickland and fuck it up the day I
was thinking about that. We're gonna have to double down at some point.
We're gonna have to
retire
this at some point.
Because I was thinking about how like the WWE does it.
Yeah,
they have 3 belts. One that's for press, one that sits in a case, and one that the
champion gets that.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
So then the one that's in the case is always pristine. The one that's done for press is always pristine because then it's always out, you know. Yeah. And then you just get to wear whatever. I mean, at some point when y'all start watching this shit and commenting and subscribing and doing all the cool shit that y'all should do to cool people
for champions, you know, that's the shit that you should do for champions.
We'll just get through.
You have one of those here.
Yeah, facts, man. All of us are champions. We're trying to coach y'all up. Like, help us help.
It's just tricky with the basketball kicking right around the same time, like mid-season.
But this is the thing, though. Championship runs through.
Sure.
I mean, you're at halfway right now.
Yeah.
So even sitting where you are at like 4-6, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still 7th.
Shit around.
I'm 7th.
Even if you lose this week and you're at 4-7, you still got 9 more games.
I was dog shit.
10 more games.
I was dog shit in fantasy football for halfway, at least a big chunk of.
You were shit for like the first 7 weeks.
Well, I mean, I thank the Lord we didn't have a real successful or a real deep league, because had we had a deeper league, we probably would have added 2 more fantasy or playoff spots. But I mean, you're right. Basketball is going to be an interesting one, honestly. But it is fun at this way through the season because we watch a lot of football for fantasy purposes. It is good to switch and shift to like basketball, honestly.
And now I can just sit here and watch basketball. Like before, I watched the Nuggets, and like I used to watch basketball big time, but then I kind of fell off. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, "Hey, Jalen Brunson, let's go, bro!" I'm sitting here watching Knicks games with like emotion.
When you had the place down south, and we would watch almost every Nuggets game together. We watched like a whole season's worth of games.
Yes.
It was either we went to it or we watched.
Yes,
I think that was that
year
season.
we went to like 22 games.
Yeah,
Like, we went to every single because of fucking game time, man. And I miss those days because, like, dead ass, I was sitting there looking at tickets for a Nuggets game, and now the seats that we used to sit in for like $65.
I'm scared to
like
think.
fucking 15 rows up.
$325.
Oh, dude, like $400.
Oh god.
And that's not even for like a good game. It's like fuck. This is the gift and the curse because I wanted them to win a championship so badly in my lifetime. I just wanted to be like 10 years down the road. I didn't want it to be right now. But knowing Jokic, like, we needed it. But like,
we got to be such an active part. Like we were active.
dude, facts. We were there for the game. We were there for the fucking parade. We fucking got to fucking chill with Aaron Gordon for a minute. Like, we saw Aaron Gordon in the streets.
I mean, it was a great time.
Fucking that parade was awesome. I think the night before was better than the parade.
I like to tell people that you can explain the parade.
I remember,
in words, you can explain the parade.
But like, dude, no, because there's just so many different memories that flood through. Like, me and Oscar walking, literally all three of us walking down the dotted lines of the streets and just doof, every car. Like, we were having a party in the streets of Denver. Like, that shit was so fucking lit.
Shit was dope. But then,
god damn.
But then the parade was also lit because everybody, we were just casually chugging, cops everywhere, just having a good time.
Facts.
I mean, it was straight, but that shit. The crazy thing was, like, to go be a part of the city life. That was the crazy thing. Was like we were actively a part of that night, right?
And like actually being in that moment, nuts. Because everybody in Denver at that moment knew what was going on, and they were all on the same vibe. Like, I think that was one of the coolest moments that I've ever experienced in my life.
Remember watching that guy get hit in the face with a cone?
That dude got pegged.
I have it on video. Of that dude getting blasted.
Go back and watch those videos.
Oh, I have. I want to see Oscar's versions because he got the deep.
Dude, I know. And he's only sent me one of them.
He got the deep cuts of them.
It's literally putting that shit in the vault, so when I'm 80 and I forget these memories, I can look back and be like, damn.
Well, grandkid, I was there.
I do remember that.
I was there. We got to do some first, right? Like, we got to see the Nuggets win the championship, right? We got to watch in person the last Raiders versus. We got to watch them go. We got to watch a Kobe Bryant game with the Nuggets. We did see some crazy shit in Denver, honestly. Do you? Oh my God, I do. Holy shit. Do you remember going to piss down the alley?
And that dude jumped in he got caught in a parking garage, people. So he had to climb over this fence that was literally probably like a foot gap, right? This motherfucker climbs up the fence. And he's like, help me. How the fuck am I supposed to help you, bro? I'm pissing. He's just watching me piss.
We're dick out. We're all dick out at this point. This is the wildest part.
This motherfucker finds his way through, and then he's standing on top of this garage, right? And he goes, what should I do? Should I just jump on the dumpster?
We're drunk at this point, so we're encouraging him.
I don't know, yeah.
We're encouraging him. Yeah, man, you got the trash can. You can land.
You know how there's two lids on the big dumpsters? This skinny motherfucker slipped right in between. Right in between the two of them. It was just like...
Oh my God.
That's fun. I'm telling you, the more and more that I think about that night, that was one of the greatest nights of my life.
That's a good time. That was
like, even standing there across the street of Brooklyn's, bro, and watching that game outside, and then at the end when everybody's just throwing beers and drinks and everything like up in the air.
The motherfucking cops were behind us the
Did not give a fuck, bro. We had a 24-pack of Corona.
And we were smoking casually.
Yeah. What the fuck are they going to do? Bro, they knew what was going to happen. They knew we were winning the ship that night. So they knew, like, hey, that's the least of our concerns. Smoke weed, mellow out, people. Get lazy, fall asleep.
And what did we do? Riot in the streets.
Lit.
Was that a riot or was that just like a good time?
That was just a good...
They shut down the city, right?
Yeah, they shut down the streets. The cops knew. They already shut.
They shut down the streets.
But like, no, I don't think having a blast. There was nothing that I saw that was absolute flipping cars.
No, we had
buildings.
There was like a dozen plus cops lined in line, and we literally high-fived all of them.
And most of them, just dapping up. Like, I think the worst thing that I saw was people climb up on top of the street signs and steal street signs.
I do remember that.
Fucking steal the street signs. Who the fuck cares? We pay for them anyway. That's our tax money.
I don't know how we segued to the Nuggets, but
Nuggets are the shit, man.
That was
I got into a debate with Theo today.
About?
I walked in, he said, hey, Nuggets are losing to the Warriors tonight.
Oh, fuck.
They suck in Golden State. I said, bro, come on.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
Come on, no. Well, football's coming to a high point. Like you were saying, a lot of these games really matter because the
I think it's
playoffs
just
are next
seeding.
week.
Yeah,
It's pretty much seeding. Everybody who's in is in. AFC's kind of tight with the Ace. Like there's like 3 or 4 games that are kind of.
I think there's a game in NFC that's important. Chicago and Green Bay. I think it's
Just the wild card.
The wild card, and then Chicago doesn't get number 1.
That shit. But the Bills and the Dolphins, crazy. The Bills can either go in as the number 2 seed, or if it plays out, they could not even be in the playoffs.
And that all happened from firing their offensive coordinator.
As soon as they got rid of him, it actually started getting shit hot.
Which is crazy because you would think, I'd like to assume their offense likes to rely on either Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs or just Stephon Diggs. But Steph ain't really been, he hasn't been eating this year.
The Bills only have 2 Pro Bowlers. Neither one of them are Josh Allen's or Stephen Diggs.
Are they defense?
No, James Cook and Deion Dawkins. Left tackle and running back.
Okay.
That's wild to me.
Interesting.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, that Diggs didn't make, Devontae didn't make it either, so.
Which is wild to me too. But he had fucking 6-7 weeks where he was not getting shit because of Jimmy G.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of trash quarterbacks, Russ got benched.
What the fuck is going on? So I like to change my tune while I have the floor. I'm gonna change my tune. I think what Russell Wilson did in the situation, not only going out there and not making it public, but winning games and having a winning attitude out there while dealing with this, because this happened after the Chiefs game. No, they went to him initially and said, "Hey, we want you to either cut your injury clause or we're going to bench you."
Oh, I had not heard this.
So I want to say it happened around Kansas City time, after the Kansas City game. So for him to go out there and not only beat the division rival, the boogeyman, have not beaten Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
For him to win, and then I think he won a couple games after that. No,
mm-hmm.
So for him
they
to
were
be
on the hottest win streak until they lost to the Texans, and then
him
it was
to
like,
be
damn.
on a winning streak, and them to treat him the way that they did, and him not to blast Sean Payton and the Broncos.
I mean, did you really expect him to do it anyways? He's one of the corniest individuals in the world. He's not going to go out and blast
airing it out right
anybody.
now. He's airing it out right now,
What
bro.
has he said?
I mean, he's not being anything more than the Russell Wilson you'd imagine, the classical Russell Wilson you'd imagine.
Yeah.
But he's out there talking about it. They're asking. He's giving honest answers.
Do you think he's getting cut? I mean, he's obviously going to get cut.
The time in Denver is
It's done.
that failed experiment. did not
Where
work.
do you think he is going?
I don't think he's going. I think he's going to fall in the Cam Newton route. Now, not saying that in a derogatory way, because I do believe that Cam Newton can be, if not a backup, then a starting quarterback. I have faith in Cam Newton. However, I think Russell was going to fall in that same boat. He can be a capable quarterback,
But it's
just too much of a, I wouldn't say a risk, but it's like that. Russell Wilson's a very short, compact.
yeah, and his mobility is leaving. I mean, Russ isn't tiny, but like
No, but he's not a tall. He's like 5'10", right?
guy.
He's a small guy.
I just don't know. There was a couple of landing spots that I saw, but I think you're right. I don't think anybody's gonna take a shot on him.
It's hard, right? And
Especially with this draft coming up, because there's so many quarterbacks coming in on this draft. Why? I'd rather take a shot on a young guy than somebody who really hasn't done shit in the last 3 years.
Or a free agent, try to play your cards.
I really think that interception in the Super Bowl ruined him. I don't think he's ever been the same since he fucked that up.
I don't know if it's him fucking it up as much as the play calling, right? Why call that play in the first place? You have,
if you were a true leader, that's
beating a dead horse.
If I was Russell Wilson in that situation, I don't give a fuck if I'm getting cut after that game. I'm changing the play call. If you tell me to throw a slant, I got Marshawn Lynch right beside you. You think I'm not gonna give it to this guy?
Yep.
Like that right there is when I kind of switched to me too. Russell Wilson is not a good quarterback. He doesn't know what's going on.
My favorite run of all time is the whole Dick run, and for them to like forget that he ran through a defense.
It's
and a
literally
half
called a beast quake.
Is that what we call it? The beast
That's what it's called because
But I changed my tune. I was a hater on Russell Wilson last year. I hate the Broncos.
I mean,
obviously, you see a Raiders
this year.
sweatshirt on me.
He was
looked
consistent
good compared to what he was last
efficient.
year. Come on,
He didn't make as much bad as choices as he did. He looked good, but he's not wowing anybody.
God, I need a new fucking quarterback. But I feel like most people have gone through that situation where it's you either blame the coach, you blame the offense.
There's a few teams that have gone through like 44 quarterbacks in the last 10 years.
The Browns,
Fucking Broncos.
the Raiders are going
Like if you look from the beginning of 2000 to now, there's teams that have like 40 quarterbacks.
I know the Raiders were close on that list until we had DC.
Yeah.
I know we bounced around
DC
until we
was
played with
40
DC.
guys.
That was what, 2011, 2012, around that ballpark area. So
Speaking of quarterbacks, man, Joe Flacco with the resurgence.
dude, how do you feel about that?
Everybody in the Ravens like communities that I'm in is tripping about it.
I would imagine.
What is the chance that Joe Flacco returns to the bank and we have to play Joe Cool in cool time? It's January Joe. Oh no!
I do think
I don't give a
genuinely
fuck.
scared. I think people are genuinely.
I'm not scared of Joe Flacco. This is the thing. I have watched Joe Flacco for 12 years of my life and hated him for 12 years of my life when he was the Ravens quarterback. This man makes the worst decisions in the world, and after watching what the Ravens did to Brock Purdy, the best game manager in the game right now,
Y'all play Philly this year?
we did not. Kind of surprising. I wish we did because I feel like we would have mopped
Y'all
up
would have
Philly
had
too.
the hardest schedule imaginable.
Facts.
If you would have played your division, Miami,
Jacksonville, 49ers.
Y'all play Kansas City?
No,
you didn't play.
them.
You played San Fran this year.
Yeah.
But if y'all would have played San Fran, it would have been the toughest.
It was deep.
And I'm not gonna say Casey.
No other way.
I don't think they're fantastic. I don't think KC is scary, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, Kansas City.
I'm
think
not
they're
worried about KC. I did see a rumor though, a trade rumor that Alvin Kamara
to the Chiefs.
to the Chiefs.
I don't know. They got Isaiah Pacheco. He's young. Hi, baby doll. Mason. That means it's a wrap, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Thank y'all again. Till next time.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.